Here we go. Trying to start again.
Yeah.
What's going on, losers? So, things have been crazy around here. Bo's been sick. My allergies are kicking my butt. But anyways, we're working on this today. It's been a while since you guys have seen it. We put it in and we had a bunch of issues. We're trying to fix those issues with a set of LS coil packs. At first we didn't have throttle position. The connector was bad, we fixed that. Then we didn't have crank position, so we wired that up, and I'm gonna go over that because it's pretty important if you're putting in a micro squirt or a mega squirt that's not a plug and play that you wire it up like this. And you may actually have to do this on the plug and play system. I'm not real sure, but we're gonna run over that. And then after we got all that, we still weren't able to get spark, so we traced it down to a bad ECU. I have a new ECU. It's in this box. So we're going to get that in. We're going to temporarily wire up those LS coils right there and see if we get spark. If we get spark, then we're going to clean up some wiring. We have to wire in the clutch switch, and we have to wire in the boost controller and the coil packs. That way all that will be clean, all that will be in place where it needs to be, and then we can officially try and start the truck. So anyways, I'm going to take you over here and show you how to wire up your crank position sensor. So there's 4 wires that come out of the distributor. They come up to here. You're only going to use 3 of them. And then you're going to use 3 over here. Now, you're going to use opto in positive. You're going to use a ground signal and 12 volts. That's what you're going to use, and it's going to be the same over here. Your opto in is your signal. That's what's telling you RPMs. If you hook up the wrong one, it'll read like 12,000 RPMs. Switch it to the other one. Now, in here, you have to get opto in minus, which is right here, and you have to ground it. If you don't ground it, it won't read. It'll read all sporadic and it'll read crazy. We have the micro squirt trigger wheel, which you only have to run if you're trying to do sequential fire, which is where you have a single coil pack per each cylinder. You only have to do that if you're trying to do that. So you can run the stock trigger wheel. I didn't think you could, but it worked with it. You can run the stock trigger wheel, ground your distributor to the motor somewhere, and then you should be set. Just make sure you take the opto in minus and you ground it, because if you don't, you're not going to get any readings. Also, so this is important, on my truck we wired the ECU straight to the coil. You can't do that. If you do that, you will burn up your ECU. That's what I did. We read online that you could do that, but you can't. So don't do that, or else you'll be stuck behind a second computer like I have. And that's really it. That's most of the issues we've had. I have a few oil leaks. This is my brake leaking. I don't know what this big one underneath is. It's oil from somewhere. I have to figure out where. I don't know if it's my dipstick tube, which does have a little oil on it, or if it's my turbo return, which I tightened up. Jeez Louise. So anyways, I have to figure out this oil leak, fix that. I gotta rebuild that caliper to fix it, because that's brake fluid. And then my diff was leaking. I had a spot where I cut off the bracket inside here before we put this on, and it cut into the diff. So I think I welded it up. I want to put some JB weld on it just to be safe, make sure there's no issues. But everything looks good. I'm going to hook up the battery charger so we can crank this thing. And I'm just waiting on Ted to get here. And like I said, maybe this evening Bo will come and we'll start it up for you guys. So anyways, that's where I'm at. See you guys in a second. So it's the next day. Yesterday we got spark. We got these coils to fire, but only in test mode. So that sucked. We lost crank signal again, or RPM signal, whatever you want to call it. So we've kind of done some MacGyver in here to see. This is a different distributor, so we're going to try that, see if it does something to eliminate the distributor. We tested connection through the plug and we had power and ground good connection. We haven't checked the sensor connection, so we'll check that next if this doesn't do anything. And we had the problem on both ECUs. So the truck's been sitting for a week. We put in the new ECU, no RPM signal. We get spark, hook up the old ECU, and same thing, still no RPM signal. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a spin and see what happens. What you setting up, Ted?
Logging.
To see what we're doing? To see if it's working?
Yep.
Do you want me to turn it on?
Yep.
Did you do that?
No.
Why is it kicking on the fuel pump? You mean turn it off?
Yep. Try again.
Now she's just being weird.
You happy now? Appears to be.
We haven't checked fuses and stuff either, but we do have 12 volts going there, so that shouldn't be a problem. And the ECU is getting power. So when we press this, we just got to see if this says RPMs.
Okay.
Are you ready, Ted?
Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing. Let's try over here.
It may be on the wrong sensor. I may need to switch it to the other sensor.
Okay. Try again. I want to verify we're not getting anything over here. Yeah, on the wrong sensor.
Alright. So we're going to switch the wires. That's a problem that you have with these things. There's two sensors. So we're using the micro squirt wheel, so it has this one big and then a bunch of little ones. You got to use the little ones. The big one doesn't matter. So we're going to take our green here and we're going to hook it up to our blue, and we're going to hook it up to white. So 1 second. So we got it switched over, and now we're going to give it another shot. We ready, Ted?
Yep. Okay, seeing something there.
Okay.
And try again.
So the sensor's working. Now we got to see if RPM is actually showing up.
Yep.
Which one is it, Ted?
It's this guy here.
No RPM. Oh. Ah. Did it get something?
I got something that time.
It got something. So now we need to check for spark again, and then we'll see if it works. So that's what we're gonna try now. We're gonna give it check the spark. Ted's gonna crank it. I'm gonna look for spark, and if we have that, then we're gonna start wiring everything up properly, and we're gonna go from there. All right, Ted. Hold on. Let me get this where they can see. Alright, you guys are going to look at my belly, but you're going to be able to see the light.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of intermittent.
Yeah, I noticed that. Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep.
So, it could be maybe. These plugs don't fit great in here. Do you think it could be that it's
Could be.
sparking twice? You know, it's arcing across twice?
Could be, yeah.
I don't know if Bose still has any, but we may have to make some plugs for this because these wires aren't the best. I don't think AutoZone carries anything like that. We may go get something. I don't know. But now we have spark when it's cranking. So theoretically, if we plugged in the injectors, the truck should try to start.
Mm-hmm.
Should we plug them in, Ted? Or should we wait? We have a lot of wiring to clean up.
Let's clean up the wiring, make sure everything's all working correctly,
Okay.
and then we'll get back to
Okay.
the start.
So we didn't really solve anything here. We put on the new distributor. and we got rid of this plug here. So it could have been either or, but we are going to make a new plug. So we'll do that. We're going to clean up all this rat's nest of coil wires. I'm going to let Ted deal with that. I'm going to build a bracket to go here to hold this. And yeah, that's where we're at. What do you think, Ted? We're in the right direction. So since we put the motor in, this is the problem that we've been fighting, was RPM signal and then spark. So now we have both those things. So the truck should start. We're going to wait for Bo to get here to start it. He's coming this afternoon, this evening. But because we have both those things, we can start cleaning everything up, getting everything right. We got to wire up the MAC valve again. I want to separate the wire inside and get it sent over to the clutch switch so we can run two-step. Yeah, that's about it. So we're going to get on that, and I'll talk to you guys once all this is cleaned up. So we've been working, getting some stuff done. Ted's got the crank sensor wired up. I got the bracket made and mounted for the coil packs. This coil pack's a little loose and it bugs me. But these are like the factory thing for them. All the rest of them are pretty tight. Anyways, so they're there. He is hooking up the the boost control valve. He's hooking that up. Then we got to wire up this mess to those. Try and make it look kind of clean. They'll plug in. Hopefully run this way. You know, like go down into there somewhere, into my mess. So yeah, we got it all figured out. Everything fires, everything works. We just have to get these all put together permanently and neatly, get rid of some stuff. We don't need this anymore. We need that. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Hopefully I'm going to get a message from Bo soon saying that he's off, and then you know, we'll actually give it a shot and starting it. Dominic's over here playing some MX vs. ATV Unleashed from back in the day. If y'all don't know what it is, y'all don't know what it is.
They're missing out.
This was like the first game I bought when I bought a PS2 for like the 4th time. So, we got the coil packs all wired up. Ted did that. I made the little bracket. It's all on there. All the wiring's done. We gotta get rid of this stupid thing. It doesn't do anything. It's just a ground. Clean all that mess up. But yeah, we tried to crank it, and you guys saw that. Nobody knew where I was at with this video, so I had to fix it.
What's up?
There's Bo and the Instagrams.
There's Ronnie in the YouTube videos.
So anyways, Dominic is running the camera.
Not that Dominic.
Yeah, not
that
this Dominic. This Dominic.
Not the cool one.
Says you.
But anyways, we're trying to set it to 10 degrees down here. I'm having a hard time seeing what's going on, but whatever. We're getting it. Ted's changed some stuff on the tune. We got the charger on it, and yeah. Anyways, it went boom boom, so that's good.
It definitely went boom boom. That's what we
Did
want.
go boom,
That's what we
boom.
want.
It sounded like it wanted to run by itself.
We
for a
tried to
while.
start it. Here we go. Trying to start again.
Yeah.
So we figured out that we were live streaming, and some of the guys suggested that our distributor was probably 180 out, our oil pump shaft, and so that is the issue. So what we're doing right now is we're dropping the oil pump. We're going to spin the shaft around 180 degrees and put the distributor back in, and we'll see what happens.
Come on, baby.
Change your oil when you're supposed to have it done.
Ronnie's trying to sweet talk his engine into starting. This is the first fire up, David. This is the first fire up.
Well, it's this try.
Yeah, it's
Like the fourth try, but this is the best try so far.
Yes, we have not fired it up yet. We've tried and tried and tried. We ready?
I hope so.
All right, let's give it a shot. Clear.
It was up around about 50 something.
Was it running on its own?
It was right on its own.
Woo! And then it stopped on its own.
I lied. No oil changes.